Hi, and welcome to the channel where we are storytelling and role-playing in Crusader Kings 3. We are the second generation of House Korp, King Starkadr, and it's his first few months, years on the throne, and he has just won a war against his rebellious brother. We are low on coin and low on prestige, but let's get things going by winning this war, subjugating my rebellious brother here, Jarl Angrimer. So be it. What happened to my brother? He is now my vassal, I hope. Yes, he is. So my brother is now subjugated and he is a vassal of mine. He is the Jarl of Trøndelag and he holds these two countries, which are the shore part of Jarldom of Viken, and they are held by my other brother, or my half brother, Jarl Karl. Or rather, Jarl Karl is the Jarl of Viken, and he is rivals with Angrimer, so probably these brothers, Karl and Angrimer, will have a hostile relation, and as it stands now, this would be a good opportunity, because Angrimer's forces are very weak. Karl doesn't have much either, but he has got 10 times more men than Angrimer. So if he wanted to go for reclaiming parts of his Jarldom, now would be the time for him. But it's up to him, because he's an AI character. So let's see what he's gonna do. For King Starkadr here, we are still in a war helping our ally Denmark in their conquest of a chiefdom from Jylland. And I think Denmark has been a great help to us, to our father, all through the campaign, and we have never really been able to aid them. So I think now maybe is the time to actually go and help Denmark. So let's march down there and see what we can do, because we owe them, and Starkadr, he knows this. He knows that Denmark has been a trusted friend and ally for decades, and they have helped us a lot. We've actually never helped them, I think. So now should be the time. And helping them will also give us some prestige and maybe some prisoners we can ransom for gold, because there's not much Starkadr can do at the moment when we are low on gold and prestige. And we have an empty council position. We need a new marshal. Whatever happened to our last one? Jarl Åsbjörn here was our last marshal, right? I really don't know why he isn't our marshal still. His wife is imprisoned by... Oh, he's in this internal war, because Östergötland here, they were attacking Småland, claiming some of the Småland counties. So it looks like there's war between House Ulfing and House Njudunga, and as it stands now, House Ulfing is coming out on top. And they have caught Jarl Åsbjörn's wife. Maybe they'll release her now when it's peace here, but I seem to remember that Jarl Åsbjörn was our marshal. Let's take a look. Yeah, he definitely was. Let's reassign you. He's currently increasing control in Holland, and that was my father's command to help his grandchild, but I don't think this king here, he is best friends with the mother of the Count of Holland. But let's see if we have better uses for our Marshal. No, not really. Well, we could have him organize our army instead. I think that's a better choice, because let the Count of Holland manage his own lands and have him organize our army, because our levies need to reinforce. Inspiration realized. My lord, my champion Budvar waves me over with a wide grin, gesturing towards a covered armor stand. I have toiled over the forge many days and nights, but finally my work is done. With a flourish, he rips the fabric covering away, and my eyes grow wide. The armor is constructed from bronze plates that are finely bound together with cords of wool cloth, while the trim and lining are cut from fine wool. The set includes a nasal helmet and mail coif padded with wool. The whole armor has been plated with a thick layer of gold. So this is an inspiration for an artifact. And Budvar here, my champion, has made it magnificent. Budvar produced lamellar armor of fine craftsmanship. And I get this, King Starkadr's burnished lamellar armor. That is great, magnificent. Yeah, let's see if we can keep the Jämtland house alive by... This man made us such a fine armor that we are going to marry him off to my father's last wife. My father never cared much for this woman, he only married her because the realm told him that he needed a wife when he was made a widower. But let's get a matrilineal marriage going between them. See if because I want to keep House Jämtland alive through Rikissa here. They have been a source of much entertainment for me. Go check previous episodes if you want to know what Chiefess Rikissa the Impaler has been up to. Ha! This is good news. Jarl Harald of Egdafylki drank himself to death. He is our family's oldest enemy, I believe. In our second, or maybe third episode of this Let's Play, House Yngling was a strong house controlling these lands here. And while we were away raiding in England and Wales, he sent his raiders down here through our lands. Since then there's been hostility, and he has captured my sons, and we have conquered his lands, and so on. But now he is dead, and I think that even though the rivalry was much our former king's business, I think that our present king rejoices as well, because he would have been raised with the stories of the evil Jarl Harald. So who's the head of Egdafylki now? It's this, Jarl Önundr. So let's see what he will be up to. And by the way, can we, if we wanted to, create Norway? I need 2 more counties, and then I could create the Kingdom of Norway as well. I'll keep that in mind for later. Let's designate a guardian for my son, Jormungandr. He's on a stewardship education. Let's give it to my courtier Skaldvar here. So we're marching down here to see what we can do to help our ally, the King of Denmark. This is a matter of honor for us. Let's go there and reinforce him, see if we can... he's already winning the war. Let's go down there and smash up his army. This king, he wants to lead the army himself. And there we go, crushing them. That is great. There's a chief and an independent chief, so let's go siege that, because independent chiefs means that we will get we can capture hostages. We've already captured a chieftain here, Tore Kjötveson. He's a great fighter, but he's worth 50 and we are low on gold, so I will ransom him. Or maybe I will hold on to him until the war is done, because we don't want to face him on the battlefield. So Denmark is sieging the capital, and they took it. Gave them a lot of war score. Let's see if we can siege down Ringköping here. Probably they will have the war score needed once they've sieged this here, and make peace before we are able to. Jarl Tyke's friendship. While his numerous attempts to curry my favor has not gone unnoticed, I cannot feel but irritated by Jarl Tyke's sudden interest in me, and I cannot shake the feeling that the man's intentions are not pure. So this is our vassal, our strongest vassal. Jarl Tyke of House Borg, he is a Jarl of Bergslagen up here. So I can say, but he still has a certain charm. It will give me stress, but increase his opinion of me. Or I can say, why can he not leave me in peace, and his opinion of me will decrease. Or I can say, I never want to see his face again, and his opinion of me will decrease even more. This kind of sounds like something romantic. Jarl Tyke here is, as far as we know, not. He is a heterosexual. And I think that, yeah, so is my character. But stranger things that has happened than men professing to heterosexuality change their minds, so we shan't rule that out. But the question is, what would our king think? He is a cynical, gluttonous and impatient man. So all these traits suggests to me that if he likes Jarl Tyke, he will go for this, but he still has a certain charm. And if he doesn't like him, he will go for I never want to see his face again. Because as a gluttonous and impatient man, if he wants something, he really wants it, and he don't want to wait for it. So let's see what we might think of Jarl Tyke. Jarl Tyke doesn't have a really high opinion on me, but disregarding the numbers, what would my character, King Starkadr, think of a man who is a poet, profligate, berserker, patriarch, adequate bargainer, and temperate, impatient, and ambitious? I think that he would rather like Jarl Tyke. They share impatient, and he doesn't mind any of his other traits here. And him being a poet kind of reminds King Starkadr of his father, Jarl King Frey, who also was a poet. And Jarl Tyke of House Borg has always been an important part of our realm, so we still don't know what his intentions are with his numerous attempts to curry my favor. But I think that King Starkadr will go with, but he still has a certain charm. He might want to be on friendly terms with Jarl Tyke, and we will see what this leads. Oh, another perk for my... Oh, someone is offering me a concubine. Who is this? Yeah, I need more concubines, and this is... she's not the best concubine, she's stuttering, but I mean, we need more concubines, and Here is someone offering me one. I will accept. Let's take a look at my perk here for diplomacy. Yeah, I'm working my way down towards August. Diplomacy per level of fame or level of fame impact. Let's go for this one. Our prestige was minus 500 when Starkadr took the throne. He must have taken a prestige hit before I got in control of him. But we really need to get our prestige and money going. So once we win this war, maybe we should go raiding. And then we will have to... Our long-term plan now. We won the war here. That's good. Let's disband. Our long-term goal now is really to fulfill my promise to my brother here. King Starkadr promised to make Balder here King of France or Aquitaine in exchange for him renouncing his inheritance on the Earldom of Småland. And this is really a way for me to bypass that the game cheated this Balder from his inheritance. Because he was the heir to the Earldom of Småland, but when King Frey, our father, died, he didn't get anything. So that's how we're doing it in the story. Another empty council position. My steward. Whatever happened to the last one? What keeps happening to my council? Because I'm sure that I appointed. Maybe I appointed his father. Yeah. His father recently died, so it was his father that was steward. And you, Jarl Torbjörn the Dagson of Uppland, you are really the best choice. So you will have to fill your father's position as my steward. Yeah, let's raise a runestone. It will cost us a lot of gold, but really prestige is more valuable for a tribal character. And we really should raise a runestone in honor of our father. Now that I have decided what to put on my runestone, the question remains where to place it. Memorials to family, like Frey, encourages respect and fealty. They are best placed in areas that think little of me, where I can make an example of my dedication and servitude to higher powers. So, well, I think we will go with our capital county, Västergötland here. That makes a fine choice. A runestone in honor of my father, King Frey, the founder of our house and the founder of the Kingdom of Sweden. And now we are at peace, so let's go raiding, because we need more gold and more prestige if we are going to go down and conquer. Let's rally our raiders down in Holland and go from there. It will take them about a month to rally. Oh, forging the Humus Vikings. This was a thing that my father was looking into doing, but never got around to. And now it seems like Chieftain Hundjorfer, an enterprising Nordic adventurer, has launched a vicious invasion against High Chiefess Andela, sweeping the lands of Vollen out from under her surprise attack. What makes this unusual is that the invasion seems to have had a religious motivation. Hundjorfer has partnered with an Asatru zealot named Orfeuger to set up a warrior brotherhood they call the Humus Vikings. The group claims that they will enforce the old ways, striking against Abrahamics, reformists and rival pagans alike, reaving a bloody swathe up and down the waters of the Baltic. Chieftain Hundjofur here, chief of Volin. It's here. Forged. The Holy Order Humus Vikings. And their Grandmaster is this Orfeigr. And we have... And they are attacking this woman here. So Volin is an independent county here of House Audgi. It's in between our lands, so he must be a Norse character who has conquered here and founded this holy order. How can we react to this? We can say, all shall know Odin's wrath, which will give Hundjofur here 1,500 men. The outcome is really the same. My character is cynical, so he would probably be more likely to say, competition you say. Whatever I choose, it won't change the outcome. The Holy Order is still founded, and he still gets 1,500 men. But I think that we should now be able to, we can call on this Holy Order if we are at war with someone of a hostile faith. That is great. And they are here at Humusberg. Well, the Holy Order was founded without us doing anything, so I suppose that's good, because we can use them if we want to. Here's an event with my son Askel. I can make him cynical, just, or temperate. Well, I'm a cynical man, so this will be the obvious choice. Delicate affairs. It's again with Jarl Tyke of Bergslagen, House Borg. Jarl Tyke has been of real help in the past few days, aiding me in my efforts to strengthen the realm's ties with our neighbors. He has just offered himself again to help me gain Jarl Thorun's trust. It is so hard to find someone one can truly rely on these days. So Jarl Tyke here is offering me to help getting on better terms with the Jarl Thorun, the Jämtland girl, the Jarl of Jämtland. She's our old friend Rikissa's big sister, and I can be friends with Jarl Tyke, and Jarl Thorun will gain opinion on me, or I can make a diplomacy challenge, which could give me a diplomatic lifestyle experience, or I can lose some stress. But no, I think I kind of like Jarl Tyke here. Let's be friends with him. He is a strong vassal, and the king, he likes him. We are raiding here. There are some armies about, but they seem to be involved in some kind of internal strife in Lotharingia, so it looks like they are, for most parts, leaving us alone, which is good. There's a lot of money to be had here, for sure. And we really need to get our prestige and money up if we are going to put our brother on the French throne as we promised him. So my niece married my nephew. So those cousins are now married. How's it going for my little king of Bohemia here? It's not going good for him. He's gonna lose his kingdom here, and there's not much I could offer to join his wars. Would my character considering joining his wars? I think not. He's my nephew, and had he been a son of a sister that I cared more about, like Audr. She's my best friend here. But the king of Bohemia, he is the son of Gerdr here, and I don't hold any grudge against her. She's my sister, but she's not special to me. I really don't have any relations with her. We don't have the same mother, and Gerdr, she has done her own thing, and in a way, putting our house on the throne of Bohemia. Well, maybe I should do it. Yeah, let's try it. I will join your wars, nephew. My father, King Frey, on his deathbed, he told me that I should do whatever I can to protect his grandchild, my nephew, who's left alone sitting on the throne of Bohemia down in Prague, overrun by Christians. So we will march our raiders back home to deliver the loot, and then we will march them to Bohemia, and hopefully we will make it there in time to save my nephew. We're in it for the family here. Fellow servants of the Allfather, as our order of the Humus Vikings grow, we need more lands from which to organize our defenses of the Asa through fate. The city of Omen is perfectly suited to our purpose, and we wish to lease it into service for our cause. So they want to have a city in Holland here. It's held by this major. Well, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't grant this city to this holy order. And speaking of that, let's see if we can call on them. Because now, yeah, it will cost us some piety, but now we are at war with people of a different faith down here in Prague. And they certainly can come in handy. Let's gather our forces, our army and the Holy Order, and see if we can march on Prague and be there in time. Here is my nephew, Odr's son, the Count of Holland. He started a faction to put his mother on the Frisian throne, but here he is to pledge submission. Well, show him in at once. I wait patiently on my throne for the arrival of Count Frey, who is soon announced and ushered before me. He kneels in deference, offering nothing but his oath to faithfully serve as a vassal of the kingdom. At last I bid the Count arise, confirming my satisfaction and Frey's right to the lands he rules in my stead. Yeah, it is good that you are coming here, bending the knee. You are the son of my sister and best friend. Now let's march on Prague. Let's have this Grandmaster here of the Holy Order lead. He can get us there faster. My Riksgårdi antiquarian and court physician Anender is challenging me to a game of riddles. I will try to make the diplomacy challenge. I won. That is great. I was wondering why I couldn't join my nephew's other war. I am selecting a war from the list above. I am selecting Holy War for the Chieftain of Prague. This one I've already joined. It says here, select a war from the list above. Alright. I really wanted to join your other war, but... oh, I have another son. Starkadr's son. He is of my concubine, Ludent. the Sjövallan. Alright. May you grow to be strong and wise. He's already lost this war. Can he... No. And now... It is all lost. Prague is lost. What happened to my nephew? He was Gerdur's son. He's in Prague. I will invite you to my court. Well, our raiders have brought home a decent amount of loot and prestige. And Starkadr here, he made an oath, a promise to his brother Balder that he would make him a king of France. And West France, yeah, they are quite strong. We could take them on, but it would be hard. Aquitaine, however, are weak, ruled by a small boy. And Balder, he has a claim to it. Had it been King Frey on the throne, he would have waited. He would have maybe waited until he had the prestige required to conquer duchy, and he would have conquered all of Brittany, and then he would have granted Brittany to Balder so that he had a whole duchy here, and then he would have declared on Aquitaine for Balder's claim on the crown. But since Starkadr here is an impatient man, the only thing on his mind is, I made an oath to my brother to put him on the throne of France, and I am to keep it. And he's not a stupid man, so he won't rush into something that he can't win. But when he sees this opportunity to claim Aquitaine for his brother, he will go for it. That's how I think that his reasoning would go. As the player, if I was only playing on my own, I would have leaned towards the plan I laid out for the plan King Frey would have done. Do it patiently. First give him a strong foothold here, and then give him the crown, because now we can give him the crown and he will hold this county of Saint-Gon and the kingdom, but he won't be able to keep it without our help. So I hope that we can give him the kingdom and then ally him. Well, I could probably ally him by using a hook, because he will need us as an ally if he's gonna stand any chance of keeping Aquitaine. At first, let's take a look. There's someone in our court wanting something. It's my personal champion, Suni. Foremost champion. A healthy rivalry between meddlesome fighters is to be expected, but the growing discord between Suni and Ögmundur is souring the mood at court. Suni is widely regarded to be more skilled, but Ögmundur clearly takes issue with the assertion. In the middle of an audience, the latter bursts into my throne room and, clutching his sword hilt, cries, "Suni! Only one of us can claim to be the king's most skilled champion. Meet me outside and I will settle the question." Suni replies rapaciously, "I would cut you to pieces where you stand if it was not for the presence of my lord. You greedy knave, apologize and I may spare your life. I better act quickly if this escalation is to be halted." So Suni here is... Oh, they are both good fighters, Suni and Ögmundur. I can say, may the best champion win. It will be a duel. Or I can take their swords and give them training blades. Or I will say, I will fight them myself. I'm a rather good fighter. Or I will go for, you're both on the same side. This is a hard one. He is a Viking and a berserker, and impatient. He will not go for this, because that's against his impatience, I think. You're both on the same side. Even though he has a diplomacy education, he's not gonna spend the time needed to trying to console them and get them to be friends. He could go for, I will humble the both of you. Or, may my best champion win. Yeah, I think this one. Let them, they are clearly at odds with each other. Let them fight it out. Court grandeur level increased. And Ögmundur was killed. That's too bad, he was a good fighter. But sooner of over, he was my personal champion, and he clearly was the better fighter, so the best man won, I guess. So let's fulfill my promise to my brother and give him a French crown, the crown of Aquitaine. They are engaging the Humus Vikings. Solitude in the Great Hall. Askel seems to have been having a difficult time at our latest feast. He slipped underneath one of the tables and hid there from people for the entire meal. This is something Starkadr can relate to. He did exactly the same thing when he was a kid. I really have been, since the last episode, this is my second episode playing as Starkadr. And since the last episode I've been thinking about him. He had this same event, and really he was a curious child, and I think he was more inclined towards a learning education. He was intrigued by books and reading and the sagas and the gods and all these kind of things. But his father, he knew that he would be heir to the kingdom, and although he himself was a learned man, he pushed Starkadr towards a diplomacy education. And Starkadr, he did alright with it, but he never really liked being around people. He rose to the challenge and he became a charismatic negotiator. He learned how to do it, but it was not his passion, not what he wanted. He never really liked being around people, negotiating, talking, all this kind of stuff, and that's why he became gluttonous and impatient. His gluttony is a way to cope with the stress he feels when he has to do what he's obliged to do. Handle people, being a king, settling petty affairs. And his impatience is also a result of this, because he sees that when people are gossiping and talking and trying to procure favors and getting ahead from others and so on, he feels bored. He sees this as petty. And that's why he's impatient, because he says, oh, get on with it, shut up. But that being said, he's a good diplomat, because he understands how things are done. He just don't like it. So what would he say to his son? He himself is gluttonous, but he is gluttonous because his father forced him not to be shy. His father never understood why he hid under the tables when he could be up there entertaining the guests, learning what they want and how to please them. So his father forced him to be there by saying that he should focus on the food. So he ate, and he kept talking. And he ate more. And he became fat. But he kept talking, and he learned how to be a charismatic negotiator. But I think that Starkadr here, he understands. And he will tell his son that the important thing is that the guests know you were there. So, his son will get to do what he never got to do. He can sit there, being in his own head, thinking his own thoughts, not engaging in those petty conversations. Yeah, you go ahead and keep the trait shy, Askel. So they defeated the Humus Vikings and they are retreating. But my army here was too late to reinforce them, but they were in time to beat them in the second wave. The Bidaik Reformation. Maganyama, a prominent figure amongst Bidaists, has gathered every Hogan in the land together to discuss their beliefs and establish an official doctrine for the pagan faith. These Bidaik Hogans are encouraging cooperation and tolerance even towards non-believers, and claim that the only way to show proper devotion is by honoring Bida with human sacrifice. The burgeoning movement has decided not to instate a religious head, preferring instead to let each Hogan determine what teachings are appropriate for their own temple. So it's a pagan down in Africa organizing their faith in... they have reformed their faith, and it's now an organized religion like Christianity or Islam. That's interesting news. King Starkadr here, he is not a religious man himself, but if reforming the faith is a means to an end, he would surely think about it. That could be something we will go for later down the line if we have the time. It's a chore to organize faith, but maybe we will see about that. We will need to get a lot of piety and some holy site to do that. Oh, here is my sister's young husband calling me in a war against some peasants. So yeah, I will accept, but if you are not able to deal with a peasant rabble, then you really shouldn't be a jarl. So don't count on me taking my armies off Aquitaine to help you. Oh, my wife, Queen Aslaug, Princess of Denmark, has given birth to a son, Botolfur. He is quick. He is the first son born to my character, while I was in charge of him. These children here were born before I controlled Starkadr. He's the one he's my favorite. Let's call it that. Botolfur here, let's name him after my father, Frey. This war, really, we are winning easily. It's just a matter of time unless something happens, unless he gets an ally, or so we will soon have my brother on the throne of Aquitaine. Oh, my concubine, Huld, gave birth to another son. He's stuttering and quick. Ulfkel. May you grow to be strong and wise. I have a lot of sons and daughters. A good Asatru. I am known as a deeply pious man. Surely my devotion to Odin should be good for something in this life too, and not only the next. There are numbers of people who would do well to be reminded that I am in the All-Father's good graces. So this is because I've amassed some piety, I've become faithful. So I can spend piety to gain prestige by saying that my dedication should be shouted from towers. Or I can gain gold by spending piety. Or I can gain pious liege and increase my theocratic vassal's opinion of me. No, he is a cynical man, so he will go with the gaining prestige by telling everyone how he is doing Odin's work, going to war against the Christians down here. Not that he really believes it is Odin's work, he believes it's his work and something that he is doing for his brother and his house. But he's not a man to shy away from taking advantage of letting people know that he is a very pious man. Oh! I seized King Carloman's dagger. That is great. Let's take a look at it. I now have a farmer's billhook, which gives me prowess and a prestige penalty, whereas Carloman's dagger will give me more prowess. Yeah, that is a better weapon. I will unequip this and equip King Carloman's dagger. I could commission a new artifact, and maybe I shall, but let's get this war here over and done with first, because an artifact will cost me gold, and I want to keep the gold in reserve if we are winning, but if something unexpected happens, it's good to have some reserves. But maybe I should give Carloman's dagger to my brother here. He can use this when he becomes king. Oh, not King Carloman's dagger. I will try to give him this farmer's billhook. Our father made it himself from some rusty scrap he found in a barn. It's a good weapon. But I don't need it anymore because I found King Carloman's dagger. So here you are, little brother. I will give you the crown of Aquitaine and the farmer's billhook dagger. Expectations. It's another event for my son Askel. You are always there for me, and I hope you know that I am grateful. My son Askel approached me in a rare moment of contemplation. I can get a weak hook on him, or form a friendship. I think I'll go for this. I don't see why the king should feel that he needs to have a hook on his son. No, that is what it means to be guardian. I will always be there for you, son. Here comes some. Oh, they are trying to siege back some of their lands. But I don't think that they will make it in time before we can win some more sieges and the war. Let's march these Humus Vikings here and defeat the French here, and as soon as this siege is done, I will send them to reinforce. Oh, Jarl Tyke, my friend, has revealed my secrets. It's about my sexual deviancy. You bastard! I thought we were friends, Tyke. But he has exposed me as a deviant. Well, Tyke, I thought we had something going there, you know, a friendship. But I will remember this. Deviancy. I am in the throes of ecstasy, aided by a smoothly polished stick, as my friend Jaltyke walks into the room. Horrified, he throws the door wide open. King Starkadr, what is the meaning of this? So he caught me when I was saying, well, you are a deviant, Starkadr. You should go meet Rikissa. Where is she? Maybe I should try to seduce her. That would be a deviant thing to do. But I will remember that my so-called friend here didn't have the wits to keep his mouth shut. I lost some devotion for this, and now people will think less of me because of my deviancy. Where is Rikissa? Oh, she has lost all her lands. It seems like my vassals are gobbling up Jämtland. It's good for the realm, but I'm kind of sad that the Jämtlands girls are no more. Well, this war will soon be over, and then our brother will be king of Aquitaine, and we'll see how that plays out. Yeah, it is a win for us. So now King Starkadr's promise to his brother Balder is fulfilled. We have successfully given him a French crown, the kingdom of Aquitaine. We only need to enforce demands here and the crown will be his. That is good. That was quicker than I thought. But we have obligations to our brother because we have, when we give him the crown, our pledge is fulfilled. But he is still our brother and we like him. I am working on becoming friends with him. So we will have to spend some time and effort to help him keep the kingdom. Because he will be a very weak king and he will be hated by all the people around him. And maybe we will see about giving him West Francia too, or maybe giving it to one of his brothers, because that is the promise we made. Well, we made the promise to make him a king. But we still care about our other brothers. We don't really like Arngrimr here, because he rebelled against us. But we care for the family and the house. And we shall see what we can do to strengthen our position even further. It's a good place to end the episode with a victory here and our brother of our house on the throne of Aquitaine. So tomorrow there will be the continuation of this, and I will take a look at the circumstances and see what we can do to further our influence down here and help our brother to keep his throne in Aquitaine. If you like the saga, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. But for now, thank you for watching and goodbye.